Almost. All right, you guys ready? You like the 80s? All right, now I got to figure out where the music is coming from. I forgot it's a new thing. How do I do that? I might need 10 minutes to figure out how to turn the music off. Yeah, seriously, I don't know how to turn the music off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, yeah, I figured it out, but there's got to be an easier way than nine clicks, huh? Anywho, good morning. Come allez-vous, how are you? Arr. Arr. I don't know. Wait, something's really messed up today. Something is really... I'm not sure what you see versus what I see. This is going to get interesting. All right. Does it look normal to you? I can't even tell if the screen is changing for you. Yeah? Let me check YouTube. All right, so I'm lucky we're on... Yeah, we're lucky we're on this screen. Because for you, it's going to be normal. But for me, it's... If I change through my... Yeah, something was way up. All right, well, we're very lucky that we will be able to get through this today. I'll probably have to reboot. Hang on, let me get some water in me. Yeah, the clear stuff. Too much coffee already. All right, well, welcome everybody to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 20,000 foreign exchange traders like you and like me. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance. Why would we do such a thing? So I bet you I can't change. Yeah. Oh, I guess I can click a button. Oh. Anyways, let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. But then I go there. Ah, it's weird. How I turned some feature on, and of course the feature's dumb. But anyways, this looks normal to you. It's weirdo for me. Can I adjust one of these? Anyways, it's strange. Anywho, my name is Wayne. It's nice to see you. We got a very important week. Not only do we want peace in the Middle East, but we also have earnings season, which might pull us from risk on to risk off to risk off to risk on to off to on and on and off and off and on and on and on and off and on and on, which means we could have a choppy week. Yeah. Let me just transition this over. I have to figure out this change. I don't know how this change happened. You don't see anything new, but for me, it's different. Anyways, I want to point you to some resources that have been made available to you over the years. Of course, we all need a broker. I recommend Traders Way. You should check them out. They're an ECN. Those are fancy letters. The acronym what is it? Electronic something network. What it means to you is they don't trade against you. Yeah, they don't trade against you. That in of itself should be something that attracts you, that they've chosen a business model that is ethical and is symbiotic with your and aligned with your needs. By the way, are you still on the disclaimer? No, you're not on the disclaimer. YouTube is on the disclaimer. Is YouTube that delayed? Can't be that delayed. No, I guess it is. Wow. 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 Yeah. So there's a huge delay in YouTube today. Wow. Very strange day. So anyways, look, if you want a service provider aligned with your successful Forex trading business, I recommend tradersway.com to be your broker. I run an organization called Investor Bootcamp. You may know it as FX Bootcamp. I've been running this for 20 years. And you can get 20 years worth of training videos. Here they are. Okay. And it's $88 per year. That's it. Okay, I'm trying to make it very accessible. The information's very good, very, very good in my opinion, and it's $88 so that you can afford it. I run an organization that automates your fundamental analysis. Quantbox.co. I run an organization that provides you feedback on your technical analysis. Yeah. And I'm also running a stock trading course. On Wednesday, I will be covering long and short-term cycles. And then after that, I'm going to teach you how to predict a recession before everybody else can. Nice, right? Yeah. By the way, I sent out an email so that you can get lecture 2 for free. I want you to see it. I want everybody to see it. It's very important. So you can sign up and get that for free, but that has been emailed to you. So everyone that has signed up for Investor Bootcamp has received that email. I hope you got it. Oh, I think I fixed the view thing. Yay, I fixed it. Nothing's changed for you, of course, but it's changed for me. So happy for me. All right, so yeah, let's take a look at the world today. Takes everything you've got. Somehow. What is that, cheers? Cheers is in Boston, and if you watched the TV show in the 80s, it ain't bad. It's not a bad experience. You should get the Norm Burger. It's pretty good. Richard, you haven't watched the free training course? Let me check my email and see if I have it, the link, because I've emailed it, people. Let me check my other email. Have I sent myself the email? I have, actually. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't think this harms anything. All right. So I sent myself an email introducing the new stock trading course. Lecture 1 is not just an intro lecture. We jump right in and tackle the immensely important topic of valuation and create a framework for you to apply to all investment opportunities, stocks, bonds, and even real estate. And Lecture 2 allows for us to expand our understanding of investment by comparing 2 or more investments. Which is likely to perform better over time? Let's do the math and find out. Lecture 2 is free for you to watch. Click here to watch Lecture 2 for free and sign up to see your secret bonus. So let me get that link for you. Cool. Com says it doesn't work. Well, Com's, what's probably happened is it's worked for probably 3,000 people. So most likely you didn't do it right. So here's probably your mistake. You probably installed the files into some random folder. What you have to do is go to File, Open Data Folder. This is your data folder for your MT4 or your MT5, right, depending. So you have to copy that folder and put it into the installer. So you go Control-C, then you run the installer, and then it asks you, probably in the first or second step, where is your MT4 folder? You probably just go, Next. So Comms, you're installing it into your, I don't know, your downloads folder or something. Well, obviously it's not going to work. So you got to grab that link, paste it in there and say, hey, this is where my MT4 folder is. And then it'll do the rest for you. So it definitely works. Okay. Please, how can I have your templates? Veronica, super easy. Go to investorbootcamp.com and pay $88 per year. Okay, Veronica? Com says, but the only option it gives me is install for you. Yes, you still have to tell it in step 2 where your folder is. So you probably click next instead of entering it. And what happens is it installs it correctly in the folder you told it to, but you're not telling it where your MT4 folder is. So no problem. I just showed you how to do it. So Veronica, what you do is you sign up. Okay, and you go to Chart Toolkit for MT4, MT5. Okay, and then this is what Comms is doing. Install it, install everything for me now, MT4. There it is. Okay, and then it comes up like this. Install for me, yes. And then this pops up, next. Where's your folder? See, look. Should you install it in the download folder? No. You must install into this giant long link, which I showed you how to do. Okay. And then you hit next. So again, you get that link by going File, Open Data Folder, okay, and copy it. Okay? See, Comms? So you should know that, but if you don't know it, you would go to YouTube and you're like, how do I install into MT4? And there's 150 million videos to show you how to do it. But then again, now if you don't know how to do it, now you definitely know how to do it. Okay. Problem solved, Comms. You're welcome. Yeah. Cool. So that is probably your issue, right? So it works. I just showed you it works. So anywho. All right. Where do I want to start? Where do I want to start? I guess S&P 500 is the biggest concern for me today. And yeah, here we are. I'm trying to grab it. So it would be nice if this decided to go up today. Let me just clean out some of this stuff. It would be nice if some of this went up today. I don't really have much hope for it to do so. It's definitely a downtrend. I'll get rid of some of this older stuff. But you never know. This week is earnings, although nothing really comes out until tomorrow. What is Microsoft tomorrow? So we'll look at it this way. And that's that. And if it falls from here, I think it could fall quite a bit, actually. Okay? Quite a bit. And what do I mean by quite a bit? 3,800? Certainly 4,000. And maybe even lower than that, because my next decision is not based on price, but on time. So again, in the stock trading course, I'm setting up 2 questions. How do you know you're in a recession before everybody else, so that you can protect your money in down cycles better than everybody else? And then the second question is, when do you buy back in? And so the next 2 lectures, I'm going to show you how to do that. And the reason I'm focusing on that now is that that's our concern now. So by the time we officially enter in a recession, you will already be taking money and reinvesting. See, by the time it's clear we're in a recession, you've already have taken risk off for probably a few months. Think about this. When the world has decided we're in recession, you will have already been hedged 2 or 3 months prior. And you will be 2 shakes of a lamb's tail away from buying back in when everyone is just getting out. Remember the cliche, people buy at the top and they sell at the bottom. Well, you will be cashing out and hedging near the top, and you'll be buying back in when everybody is selling and panicking. You will be buying low when all the cliche is selling low. And I need to show you how to do all of this, and I have a pretty decent guess based on time, but I don't know what that price will be, but I do know the time, and I'll show you how to do this. But you have to join the stock trading course. It'll take me about 3 hours to explain it. But once I explain it to you, you will know forever and ever and ever. Because you'll understand. So it'll take me 3 hours to teach it to you. I spent 5 hours yesterday gathering the intelligence so I can show you. That's what I did with my Sunday. Spent 5 hours on QuantBox, and mostly on the Federal Reserve database. Neato, huh? Sounds like a fun Sunday. So that's what I'll be teaching you very shortly. So sign up for the course. And right now, what we have is a 3-wave correction. And then maybe, just maybe, we get good news out of earnings season and this goes up despite tension in the Middle East. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Cool. So anyways, oops, I'm going to delete that. Delete. Cool. There we go. All right. The next drop, though, could plausibly, if not even likely, be down here. Okay. What do you think about that? Seems legit. So what you can do is a linear projection. Now, I don't think this tool allows me to do that, does it? Is there a ray on this one? No ray. Parameters, ray, close, exponential. Wait, no wonder I'm on a moving average. I'm not on a moving average. I want this. Standard deviation channel. Let's try it again. There is a ray. All right, cool. Okay. Cool. So anyways, we could hit the central pivot point and basically 4,000, which is a psych level, on December 23rd. Huh. Well, hails bells. Yeah, interesting. Hails bells, end of the year. Well, remember the Fed is 12.12 or 12.13, is it? I can't. What is it now? Another one that we should be watching is oil. And we'll thread this story together. Okay. I've been screaming bloody murder about buying oil since here, although even earlier, down in the early 60s, we were bulls. But now definitely because of the tensions in the Middle East. So then it double bottomed. It made a higher high, came down. This is where you should be buying. Made a higher high, came down. This is where you should be buying. Made a higher high, came down. This is where you should be buying. And hopefully it makes a higher high, higher low, and higher high. And we continue mission. That's the thought process anyway. So you look at it this way. What do you stink? Smell like a plan? Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, should be all right. Lucas is into it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like the rationale, but, you know, these are vulnerable trades, right? Johnny's already on it. Yeah. Could be a rabbit. Okay, next one is gold, 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 as they say in FIFA, right? Anyways, up, 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 down, down, buy, 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 up, 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 up. What do you think? Smells like a plan. You know, I got that joke from Ghostbusters. I loved that movie when I was a kid. And I think it's the opening scene where they're in the basement at the New York City Public Library. And one guy says to the other, "Shh, do you smell something?" I always thought that was a funny joke. So we got a lot of volatility this week. Be prepared for that. We're going to have a lot of cross currents. We're going to have a lot of bad news out of Israel and Gaza. And we're going to probably have lots of good news out of earnings. And yeah, it's going to get choppy. Okay, the best mover, of course, is this Kiwi dollar. For those that are members of QuantBox, it explains why this is happening. And you can project this out 18 months. Dollar hasn't been terribly strong, although it's interesting because in many scenarios like the one we're in, dollar would get strong. But I made the point at QuantBox this morning that it had to do, or that it's understandable by what's happened in the bond market, Treasury market to be particular. So I guess I should get that link for you. YouTube.com/QuantBox. No, you have to do at quant box, don't you? I do, yeah. All right, and you can watch that later because I do explain why the dollar's not strong, even though you would expect it to be. Would you like this free video? Daily bias, risk off, daily evaluation, bullish Swissy, bullish yen, bullish dollar. Huh? Yeah. Cool. It's nice to start the day with such clarity. But most importantly, with the confidence of letting your winners run. Okay? The last 2 weeks for the Swiss franc have been beautiful trading opportunities, and they've been clearly outlined for you to focus on. Okay? So 2 weeks ago, I was screaming bloody murder to keep your eyes on Swiss franc appreciation. And, oh yeah, it came down. How about this one? Yeah, oh yeah, it came down. I'm on it twice. Okay, pound Swissy. Oh yeah, it came down hard. Kiwi Swissy, it came down, and it came down hard. Look at this, just in the last 2 weeks. Amazing moves. But you have to understand pound and Kiwi are extremely weak currencies. This one we stayed away from, although it has worked, and it worked very well. 618 predicts a 1382. Look at that. Nailed it perfectly. But we also know this is the one that the Swiss National Bank will fight back in regards to strong Swissy. So this is the least ideal, but although it might be setting up for a new future short. Okay? But look at these beautiful moves. Again, 618 predicts a 1382. Beautiful, just beautiful trading. On the flip side, Swiss franc got strong against the yen. Okay, from this bottom to that top, we call that a full Monty. From S2 to R2. Look at that. Huh? Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. And Swissy even beating up the US dollar. Now, Sunday afternoon, as soon as the markets opened, after it was known that Hamas had attacked Israel, that Sunday afternoon, from a Starbucks, I was hot to go HOTTOGO on gold, oil, Swiss franc, dollar, and yen. My concern with the yen is there's yield curve control. So in this particular year, I was less focused on that. Dollar, I thought would get strong, but I understand how complicated it is, and it's non-seasonal as well. So the one I really picked on was Swiss franc. And I gave you the heads ups that Sunday afternoon in the Investor Bootcamp day trading group. So the day traders group knew before everybody. Then I did it at 6:30 in the morning for quant boxers. They were the next in line to get the same message about Swiss franc appreciation. And then I covered it that Monday again later, now 8:30, I did it here at Forex.Today. I said, do not ignore it. I said, I know you probably never look at these pairs. I said, now's the time to change your behavior because these are not normal times. So what you normally do will be wrong in these scenarios. And so I hope you changed your behavior. But the frustrating thing about being an advisor, and I've been on boards of advisors, I've mentored, I've coached, both investors and Forex traders, but high-tech startup entrepreneurs and young entrepreneurs, and I've coached all kinds of people. And the frustrating thing about being a coach is 99% of people, 99% of the time, don't change. So I hope you took the advice. That's all I can say. And I will just continue to be here every day. It's cool, man. It's frustrating sometimes, but it's cool. It's part of the gig. Yeah. Even writing books, huh? Greg's like Swiss franc is actually quite strong, over long periods of time. It's the last fiat currency that is actually somewhat backed up by silver. It might have changed a few years ago, but these things tend to stay a long time. It's considered a safe haven, and always has been. I don't know if it always will be, but not long ago it was still backed up. I think 20% of the Swiss franc was backed up by silver. Why silver? I don't know, dude. But it was technically not a fiat currency. Fiat currency is pure paper. Now, I think the Swiss franc is no longer backed by silver on any degree. But, this idea that when things go bad, people with money move their money back to their Swiss bank account. And that's exactly what's happening here. Cool. Mm-hmm. Devastating moves, huh? Yeah. So everything is down, my friend. Brutal times. These are brutal times. Definitely get a repricing. We are probably in a recession right now. I think that one of the consequences of the Hamas attack on Israel is now we're definitely going to go into recession. So Hamas actually attacked the entire free world. So, so when you look at Australia, I mean, and you look at the United States, this was going up, and if you recall, okay, I talked about this move in January, and I was on that move, and I was enjoying that move, and everything was right as rain. And then what? Okay. And this is unusual. This is the glitch in the matrix. Okay. This is not supposed to be happening, but it is, and it's rational because it has to do with geopolitical risk. But it wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. So now what do we do? Yeah. Well, now what do we do? Well, this will probably pull us into recession, and yields are likely to go higher. Inflation is likely to be stickier, and so it's going to get complicated. No, Greg. But I know someone, and I think they've actually sold it all off now, or almost all of it. But they had, I don't know, they had a lot of silver. So imagine you picked up a bar of silver and it was as much weight as you could carry. Like it's enough weight where you struggle to get it into the trunk of your car. That's one bar of silver, bigger than an ingot, right? So a bar, but you could barely get it into the trunk of a car. So imagine you had like 10 of those, right? So I think they finally have sold it all off, and they did it over the course of several years. It was very heavy. But me, I don't know anything about dime bags. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 90% silver dimes. Don't know anything about that. I do have some currency somewhere that I used in the course when I was talking about inflation. Where is it? It's probably here. By the way, I was told I could sell this box, this empty box of Cohiba cigars, for like $1,000 or something like that. It's Bihique. Yeah, here it is. Huh? Isn't that strange? Like, man, you should. All right, so let me move the screen. This is kind of interesting. These are coins, American coins. Okay, see? Now, the interesting thing is that these illustrate, and the reason I bought these, is they illustrate inflation. Okay, see the shell casing pennies? Okay, so there was a time when nickels were silver, And then, okay, pennies were steel. Here, let me change the camera back. And the United States along the way decided to not use silver or steel because it got expensive to make money. I want you to think about that. Money became valuable. So, in this time, they switched over to copper pennies. And I showed you two examples of that on this case. So what I have here, I can't read because I don't have my glasses, but real legal tender. But where did they get the copper? See, they didn't want to use silver. Silver was too expensive. Steel was in short supply because they were making battleships and tanks and airplanes. So where did they get the copper? If money got too valuable to make, well, nobody's answering, so I don't know if you're even listening, so I'll wrap it up then. They used garbage. Copper was garbage. In this case, they're made out of shell casings. Bullets, basically, right? So you have the bullet, and then you wrap it in hollow copper, and you fill the hollow part with black powder. Now, people that know about bullets probably melted when I said all that, but that's for laymen. It's the part of the bullet that doesn't travel away from the gun. It's the one that falls to the ground. So in World War II, they had all this garbage. Okay? They had all this garbage, shell casings, empty shell casings. Billions and trillions of them. So they used that to make money. Now, I want you to think about that. They were using silver, but then silver got too expensive. Money got too valuable. But remember, the government's borrowing money. So they want cheap, right? So money got too expensive to make. So then they switched over to make steel instead of silver. Steel is cheaper than silver. But then steel got too expensive because it was in short supply because they were using it to make tanks and battleships. And the one thing they had was lots of bullet casings. So copper was cheaper than steel because it was already used. It was basically garbage. So the government used garbage to make money. So what do you think happened to inflation? Inflation went up dramatically. Money became worth less. Cool. Okay, so it went from silver to steel to garbage. And garbage is cheap. And if the government can make more, think of it this way. The government was making money out of garbage. So how would you like to turn your garbage into money? All day long, son. So yeah, the government was using garbage. And then they said to everybody, no. This isn't garbage. This is money. You're like, really? And meanwhile, they're laughing at you. It's not money, it's garbage, but whatever. So the value of money went down. The way you measure that is you need more money to buy the same thing. that you used to buy. And we call that inflation. So anyways, I mean, there's even a lesson there somehow with that box. If the Behike 56, a box of it, just the empty box is worth $1,000. What the hey? Obviously some scarcity, huh? Anyways, money. Okay, so last week up in here, I bailed on the NASDAQ. Interesting, huh? It could be a big week in NASDAQ because of earnings. So Google, Facebook, Intel, Microsoft, Amazon, oh my God. They're all reporting. Okay. So maybe there's a recovery this week. Oh man, I'd feel so good. I could use the good news. I'm really concerned about the Middle East. Yeah, I'm very concerned about the Middle East. The level of brutality was beyond belief. And I think the rest of the world doesn't understand the level of hatred. I don't understand the level of hatred. And hate spreads faster than love for some reason. So I don't know how we get out of this. I think it's got to get brutal. Very, very, very concerned about it. Yen remaining weak and dollar remaining weak. And this is the interesting thing. And this is how I tie this into bond yields. So that's why you should watch that Quant Box video. Euro has broken up above. Okay, so it's unusually strong, which is normal when dollar's weak. Kiwi, pound, Aussie, CAD, yen, everything's weak except Swissy and euro. So I see dollar weakness propping up euro, but also Swissy strength indirectly will prop up euro, because I think the Swiss National Bank will get involved in these things. So it's very interesting. Okay. All right. So yeah, I will be watching the markets closely today. Gold, oil, S&P 500 for sure. And I'm waiting for that Dixie to just wake up and suddenly get ripper strong. But it's too early. But that now that we're at 5.0 on the 10-year, as we approach 5.5 and 6, at some point, the market's going to want to buy these things. And I have a guess on time because it has to do with the stock market bottoming out if it continues. And again, watch the Quant Box video. That it could be that timing. The other timing is when the Fed tells us they're done. And they might be done now because of the war in the Middle East and that pushing us into global recession, because we got enough problems, but another war is just breaks the camel's back. So the Fed might say as much and that they're done. And maybe that's when everybody piles in. So I sort of have two scenarios. Okay. Of when do I buy the 10-year T-note? Okay. So, yeah, so it'll get interesting. It is definitely in the next 6 months. It could be 2 months. It could be 5 months. So luckily, you're a subscriber to Forex.Today. And I'll be here every single day to make sure, well, even if we can't thrive, the number one goal is survive. And then we'll get on our way to normality. Thanks, Jim. Also, you should watch their purchases of gold, huh? So anyways, so I'll leave you to it. Okay. So everyone in the day trading group, I'll see you. I'll see you later at 4. But I want to make sure that everybody here has an opportunity to see the new training course video. Hang on. Where is it? The free video. It's free, guys. It's about 90 minutes long. The first lecture one was an hour and 45 minutes. This one I improved. It's only an hour and a half. These are good lectures, guys. This one, I want you to know it, so I'm giving it to you for free. But I also say it right on the form. I want you to see, right, the value in this course. And you'll be so impressed with this lecture that you'll sign up for the rest of the course. But it's good, and I want you to know this information. Okay? It's meaningful. And like I said, in the next 2 weeks, everybody in the course, I'm going to teach about business cycles next. So on Wednesday, you'll learn about business cycles. And the following Wednesday, I'm going to show you how to know that you're in a recession so that you can protect your money months and months and months before everybody else. And then by the time everyone else is freaking out and the markets start crashing, you're already out or hedged. And in fact, you're probably buying as everybody is panicking. When there's blood in the street, you'll be fully protected. And in fact, you'll be buying, getting remarkable deals on investments you plan on holding for the next 20 years. So if you want calm in a time of panic, I'll show you how to get the facts. And CNBC won't have it. Bloomberg won't have it. The people on TV won't have it. But I'll show you how to get the data and how to interpret the data. And the interesting thing is you probably already know how to do it. And the thing is, I will show you that this common sense that you've heard about a lot, you probably have heard people on TV talk about it all the time. Oh, I know we're in a recession because of this or because of that. Well, I'll show you that it's either way too slow to be any help, or it's actually wrong, depending on the methodology you think you know. I'll show you the facts because I pull it up on the Fed database. We can go back to 1945 and look at every recession, and I'll show you like the thing that you use is either too late or inaccurate, and I'll show you a better way. Cool, right? Do you think that would be helpful? If you were the first person in your neighborhood to know that we've gone into recession and you should be protecting your assets, and everyone else is complacent, and then when everyone else is freaking out, you've already gone to cash, and in fact, you're buying when there's blood in the street. If you want to be that person that's smart with money based on facts, I'll show you how. Join the stock trading course. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. I will be watching these markets today and doing the business cycle course for you. So I'll see you soon. Cheers.